food workers are striking against 0 hours contracts at McDonald's sites around the country today as part of International Fast Food Workers' Day of Action. Under the 0 hour contracts, workers have to be available for work but have no guaranteed hours per week. And on top of that, they are tied to the company they have the contract with. With me now is Unite Union National Secretary Jared here. Jared, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You were involved in mediation with McDonald's yesterday. Are you surprised, as I am, that you couldn't make headway?
Yes, we thought we would have some movement. I think it's pretty obvious that these contracts are going to have to go. We've had success with restaurant brands, have realised it. Yesterday we got Burger King finally across the line. We've got an agreement with them. We told them a month ago that these are going to go. These contracts are going to go.
Well, and I mean, are they idiots at McDonald's? Because, I mean, take me, for example. I'm a bit of a right-winger. You know, my feelings about unions are well known. But there is no room in a first world country for a 0 hour contract.
No, and we tried to give them as much warning as we can that this was going to be on the agenda of these negotiations. I think it's been so long and it's such a part of their business model and their culture that it's taken them some while to get their head around it.
What happened in the negotiations, the discussions yesterday?
Well, we've actually had 5-6 days head to head, so we've made a little bit of progress, but we've got two crucial issues. One of the issues they want to guarantee is hours based on their rostered hours. The company controls the roster. We don't know what the roster is. That can be too easily manipulated. The second thing, and this is really important in both the restaurant brands and the Burger King, we've got long-term movement, not just for a guarantee of some hours straight away, but moving to fixed shifts where people actually have shifts that they know when they're going to have to turn up week to week. They can plan their lives around, which they can't do at the moment. Even if they have guaranteed hours, those hours can change, the shifts can change from week to week. It makes life incredibly hard.
So essentially McDonald's weren't prepared to budge really at all.
No.
And the interesting thing is here, they're not stupid. I mean, they must see that this is appalling PR for them. They must also see that they run the risk of being the last cab off the rank.
Absolutely. And we've told them that. We're very clear that we wanted to get this resolved before the agreements expired on the 1st of April. Unfortunately, they made a decision not to do that. For instance, they've given the pay increases, which we will get, to non-union members, but not to union members. It's making things increasingly difficult for us.
All right, the government have said that they're going to make some changes because the government are unhappy with the 0 hour contracts as well. What are the changes that they're saying they'll make?
Well, there are a few issues. One about being tied, that you can't work for other companies. That's not such a big issue. It was when we started, but we've sort of resolved that.
And the government is suggesting that is unacceptable.
Yeah, but the key one, which I think they've got now, which we weren't too sure they have, is that this inequity where you have to, as you said, you have to turn up for work. You're obliged. You get in trouble. You get into a disciplinary meeting if you don't turn up for work, but there's no guarantee on your contract that you get any hours. Now, the thing is that you don't necessarily get 0 hours because no one employs someone to work for no hours, but the point is your hours can vary. They can go down to 0, but more likely they might go from 30 down to 15 or down to 25, and that makes life very hard.
It makes budgeting absolutely impossible. It makes running a family absolutely impossible.
And these people, a large number on the minimum wage or just above, so it's very hard.
All right, so where are these strikes taking place today?
In Auckland, we have at Britomart at noon. We've got Palmerston North, Wellington at noon. We've got action in Christchurch and Dunedin in the evening for the meal over the meal times.
Jared, I mean, as a union, you desperately need employers. We want people to employ a lot of people. McDonald's employs a lot of people. You're on the radio now, you're on television, you're on the internet, all around the country. Tell McDonald's what you want them to do right now.
Well, what we need them to do is to at least match what we've already negotiated with restaurant brands. We want people to have secure hours clearly that the workers themselves can understand and know the hours they've got. They need a number on their agreement that this is the hours that I won't go below, and we need movement to fixed shifts where people actually can plan their lives, where they know what the roster is going to be more than just a few days out.
At the very least, they should get guaranteed minimum hours. At the very, very least. Jared here, thank you very much for joining us. All the very best today, Unite Union National Secretary. So if you're after a Big Mac today, they might be thin on the ground today.